What is up? It's MTG of MTG Reviews, and I think we have to have a conversation about Chinese cars because whether we like it or not, man, they're taking over. So today we have the Omoda C5 on review, and let me show you why they're taking over. I'll cover the price, I'll cover the cost of ownerships and features and technology. So yeah, the price is going to be towards the end of the video. So now let's start with how the car looks. This car is actually selling in bunches. I think the Chinese cars are taking over. If not for the reliability in which remains to be proven, I mean, they are taking over right now. I mean, this car sold over 400 units here in SA only in June. It debuted last year around April and then it sold 200. So it shows that there's a progress. And I think it's the top seller on the JQ Omoda brand. I mean, which is quite nice. And then there's another version of this is the C5. There's a C5X, which is just above this one, has a different styling. However, today we'll be reviewing this car. So looking at the front, when I saw this car for the first time, I remember, was it last year, early last year, or yeah, I think early last year or last of last year, late. I was like kind of torn, and I still am right now because of how the front is, right? Okay, let's look at the front as is. I think it looks okay. It's reminding me of a car that I can't really think of right now. I'll just put the name of it just up here. Yeah, but then a thing that like off puts me is these main headlight units. The location of them, I think they are far on the sides instead of like just being inside by a bit. But then the orientation of it is the normal one where you have the DRLs above and then the main unit just below. So it's quite all right for me. It's just yeah, it needs some time for it to digest. And another thing is the wheel. The wheel sizes with this most Chinese cars, just like on the Haval Jolion, is that they're underwheeled. So the wheels are quite small, smaller than what I'd prefer. But then I think for the cost of this car and then to run it, it makes sense. And then going to the side, I like the side. I like the side view. It's a coupe shaped. And then we'll get to the inside and we'll see how that affects the headroom for the rear passengers. But side view, I can't flow it anywhere. I think it looks good and actually it has disc brakes on the front and at the back as well. And then the tires that we're running on is the GT. I don't know what this brand is. Comes with a car, so it's a GT. It's running on 17-inch sized rims. Quite nice, and then it's a 215 tire. So as you just heard, they are quite not as thick as I would like, but then that's how it is. Going to the back, I like this LED strip. I think, yeah, it's quite nice. But then the back, my only problem at the back is just that it's a bit raised up. It looks like it's an off-roader. That's the only thing. But then I really like how it looks. And this variant is the 280T. Quite nice. And then the C5 badging just on the left side, the Omoda badging on the middle. And yeah, this is an LED strip, runs from here to there. And yeah, I think design wise, you can see, man, I don't want to be mentioning, oh, this is the exhaust tip, it does this and that, it's fake. You can see that it's fake. What do you expect at this price point? And yeah, design wise, that's all I can say. But let's get to the interior now and see if it really is a good product, because that's the area that you're gonna spend most of your time in. So let's just get inside. So getting on the inside, it just locked itself. One thing that I noticed about this car is that these door handles are soft and opening and closing it, it's not loud. But then, however, let's continue getting in. And the design, man, I really like it. And we'll get to the digital gauge cluster in the infotainment. Let's start with the door panel, how it is. The materials, okay, I can't fault them at this point. I mean, the new BMW X3 is worse than this. So this is quite nice. I like it. There is some chrome lining on it. Wait, this sun is, yeah. Okay, it's fine. And then the door handle to open is just here, the door opener. And then here we have a leather red material. It's not real leather. You can feel that it's a bit thinner, but then there's some soft padding here. And getting to the infotainment screen. Let me just switch the car on so that we can see everything. Switches on like that. So the UI of this car, or the user experience, or the user interface, not the user experience, is is what remains to be desired. It's like, I mean, it's good, it's okay, but I don't think it competes with the German when it comes to that, just like on the infotainment screen. But it competes with the most of its competition, the cars that it's supposed to compete with. I think when it comes to how the thing functions, it's better than that car, the Toyota Corolla Cross, when it comes to the infotainment screen. And you see how simple it is? That specific one, the pre-facelift Corolla Cross, is just bad. But this one, it has good resolution. It's good enough. And then on this one as well, it's just that, yeah, it's fine. However, let me show you around how this functions. Let me just start the car. So here we control the media here, volume up, volume down. We change modes, AM, FM, DAB or Bluetooth, just there. This is programmable to whatever you want. And this one, pick up, hang up, speech recognition. So you press it and then you tell it what to do. Just like say, Omoda. Hey, Omoda.
I'm listening.
Open the passenger's window.
Opening.
Just things like that. So yeah, on this side, well, this is next track, previous track. On this side, it's cruise controls. As you can see, set, reset, just there. And then speed limiter here. You just press it and then the car will automatically not accelerate above the limit that you set 120, and then no matter how hard you press the acceleration pedal, it won't accelerate. Infotainment screen, simple enough, like it. Everything is, you can see, you can view pictures actually when you plug in a USB and then go back home. Vehicle settings, just here. And yeah, smart key lighting settings, different kind of settings that you can have here. And then you can adjust the height of the headlights as well, which I already think they're in proper height because they are lower. It's fine. Phone, local settings that will pass, and then media when you're playing with a Bluetooth. You connected your phone with Bluetooth, but I think everyone uses Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, in which this car has. And then electronic manual. That's the manual that that's stored in the glove box. So here it's electronic. You can see it in the car without using that one. You can view videos with a USB as well. That's the rundown of the infotainment system, so that we don't dwell on it too much. How the interior feels, the materials are really nice actually. They are nice. Like, they are better than what I was expecting. I was expecting them to be feeling cheap. I don't know what kind of material this is. It doesn't show scratches and it doesn't feel cheap as well. Quite like it. So this is your gear shifter. Operate, you press here, and then you shift it down or you shift it up, and then to park you press on P. And then we have an electronic handbrake, auto hold just here. And then we have drive modes. We have only sport and eco. I think it makes sense. I think it would have been better to have the in between, because eco is usually lazy. It doesn't the throttle response is kind of not instant, but yeah, it's fine. And then we have sport as well, which is going to sharpen that. And then we have this button. This one is to switch off the infotainment screen and shows our planets there. And another thing just below that is the climate control settings, fans, just everything is just here. AC, you can see everything is just here to increase the temperature. So this car doesn't have the dual zone climate control. So yeah, continuing with this tunnel, you have wireless charger just here, and then this side doesn't do anything. So you put your phone there, it charges there, it doesn't do anything. And then, as I said, the materials feel nice. And then this is your space where you can put on things. This thing is huge though. This tunnel is huge. And then just here you can store things as well. And then here we have your 12-volt outlet. This side we have two USB connectors, type A and type C. Quite nice. Seats, I really like the design. As you can see, man, it really looks nice. And then now let's get to the back so that I can see. But I'm quite tall, and we'll see though how I fit. If I can fit, most of the people actually can fit. So let's get to the back. So going into the back seat, the driver's seat is quite behind though, but still this is not my driving position. This is quite far back, so maybe it's just like this. As you can, let me actually measure with this side, then I can give you good information on it. Yeah, sit properly. I fit. I mostly sit like this, so even if it was like that, I would have been fine. My knees are not, I don't sit like this. I don't think there's anyone who does that, but yeah, I sit like this mostly. And yeah, at the back, The amenities that we have is these air vents. You can't control your temperature. As I said, it's a single zone climate car. Yeah. And then we have a type A. Only one would have appreciated too. And now we don't have an armrest or cup holders. The only cup holder is this one, which is not really a cup holder, but you can put a cup there. Electronic window switch. We have a tweeter speaker just here. We have a speaker just down there. And we have something to jab at the front passenger's neck. This hole. However, how's my head? I was saying I'm a good scale for a lot of people here in South Africa. That, yeah, if I fit, you're probably gonna fit. That's it. Quite like the seat comfort as well. It's a good. Yeah, it's really comfortable. It really is comfortable. I like it. Like that. So let's check the boot space. It's around 3 something. Is it 3? I'll put the correct figure just here. So this is how the boot space is. It's quite spacious. There's no load lift. So yeah, it's quite flat. Everything just rolls down. Yeah, quite nice. Like it. There's not really a lot to say about a boot space, guys. I don't know what to say. You can see here it is. It can fit suitcases. So let's get to the driving experience. However, let's start with you subscribing to the channel. If you've been on the channel before, or if you're not subscribed, please do subscribe. It's totally free. It doesn't cost you any money. It's just like following someone on Instagram, TikTok, or Twitter. It's totally free. So thank you for subscribing. Now let's get on with the video. So the driving experience of this car. So this car has a 1.5 four-cylinder engine that outputs 115 kilowatts and 230 Newton meters of torque. And it really drives well. It's not like it's supposed to be a fast car or anything, but it really drives well. It's so smooth and the suspension tuning is nice. I mean, as you can see, this car is quite high, so it's not meant to take corners at high speed. But for what it is, it's meant for like comfortable day-to-day use. So for that, it really is nice. However, if I'm missing something or if you have more experience on this car, please feel free to leave a comment in the comment section, as I had limited time with this car. So let's move on to fuel consumption. The fuel consumption is rated at 5.9 liters over 100 kilometers, which is actually not bad. And yeah, overall, it's really a good ride. The quality is nice, and the seats, man, they're, I think, top 5 on the seats that I've ever sat on in my life. These specific seats, man, they are so nice. They are so soft. The support, not really as supportive, really, but then the feel of the seat is really nice. It's really so comfortable. So how much does this car cost? This specific one that we have is the Omoda C5 style, which is priced at 364,900 rands, which is actually not that bad of pricing considering what you get. And you can't actually get a VW T-Cross for that price, in which competes with this. You can't get a base T-Cross for that price. And this is a style, so it counts for something. However, if you were to buy it, you're probably not going to buy it cash. You're probably going to finance it. So this is how much it would cost. Over 6 years without deposit, at an interest rate of 12%, the installment would be around 7,226 rands monthly. And we have to factor in fuel, and that depends on your driving style and the distance that you cover. But for a full tank of this car is going to be around 1,096 rands. And insurance, this one is going to be different per person. So let's say an estimate of 2.3 thousand rands, and that's going to round up to 10,622 monthly. It's not bad. However, it can go down to 9,904 rands with 10% deposit upfront. And for what you get, it's actually fair. They're not overcharging you. They're charging you fairly. It's not bad. And that's the thing, man, about Chinese cars. The value, the pricing, that's what they get right for what they offer you. They don't really charge crazy prices for what they offer. So yeah, what do I think? Should you go for it? If the looks is something that you don't mind, with me, if you think it looks good, then I'd say go for it. I mean, why wouldn't you? Chinese cars were hard to recommend, or are hard to recommend because of reliability. We don't really know how they are. And Chinese things, well, here in South Africa, they're known to be built cheaply and not really last long. But then Omoda offers you 5 years or 150,000 factory warranty. So you have warranty for 5 years or 150,000 kilometers, whichever comes first. And then you have a service plan for 5 years or 70,000 kilometers, whichever comes first. And the crazy part is that they give you a 10-year or a million kilometer engine warranty. So should anything happen to the engine, or I think it's probably internal stuff to the engine internally, or a piston, something happens to it, they're gonna cover it on that warranty for 10 years or 1 million kilometers. And I think most people are probably not gonna own the car for 10 years, or even if you do, then that's good. For million kilometers, that's I don't know how many years it's gonna take to get to that. And that sounds like a peace of mind to me. So yeah, it's really good value. It's a good proposition. And yeah. Until the next one, danko.